Hey guys, what's going on? Rabid here. Hoping my mic is fixed. I got rid of NVIDIA broadcast. If you guys were here at the last live stream, it was getting patchy or popcorny or something. I don't know. I got rid of NVIDIA broadcast. Hopefully everything's coming in a little better now. Also, let me know, voice the volume. I had to do a bunch of switching. I also have a new button to play with that I'm just going to be testing out here. We're not going to be looking into anything in depth in this live stream, but you know, my stream, what is it, that 4K 60p did come in, so I have it hooked to my test bench. So I just want to see if the BIOS and whatnot does pop up for you guys. But before we get into this, let's roll that intro. All right, nice. Some of you, like to see that intro. Some of you don't. What's happening? So, oh, good old Chili. What's happening, Chili? Let's do a quick roll here on see who's all here. Going through here. Kiss Ruckus, J-Rad, J-Bane, Ogre MG, TOWs. Oh, Panda Raid. Oops, wrong show. You're funny, man. Oh, man. Kiss Ruckus again. Just a Miner, Dave Collins, Fudweiser. What's going on? Kiss Ruckus. Oh, the vacuum's on upstairs. Hopefully it's not messing everything up. Stephen Lum. Dave Collins. Ogre again. G-Bane. Oh my gosh. Same people. Talking away. Oh, Ultra Comb. What's going on? 619. Seb Chap S. We got Dennis Matovich. J-Rad. Johannes. Chili's happening. Mike Baldwin. Little Time Mining. Integra Guy 041. Michael Jess. Rud Putts. I don't see Stingy, and if Stingy shows up or sees this later, I'm sorry. I don't have any homemade burgers or anything to showcase. I don't have anything today. I totally forgot about getting that stuff made for you. Techman TV, what's going on? Mano Miner. Kazuma, what's happening, Kazuma? Dennis, we believe. Oh, it just jumped. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. MC, what's going on? What is this? Weird, the new RebTech is M.2 non-NVMe, but has options in BIOS for NVMe support. Yeah, that is very interesting, but what is it? The BIOS pretty much has anything in it. So it's not really a BIOS, I guess, that's dedicated to the RebTech in general, but it's a BIOS that pretty much has every single option available out there. So it's very interesting. It's like a dev type of BIOS inside that thing for pretty much ultimate configuration, but it does have configurations, I believe, for stuff it doesn't really support. Now, I haven't really looked deep into that BIOS yet to see what it does and doesn't have, what works, what doesn't work. That would take a very long time, but I plan on looking at it sometime here soon. No, again, what? Again? Thanks for making all these videos. Hey, Ming, no problem. Yo, even, Anyway, let me grab this keyboard here for a second. There we go. So let me know if this comes up clear or not. I'm not sure. So let me know. We're going to be looking at the BIOS of my test bench. So my 4K 60, I guess, capture card Ordealio finally came in. I got it hooked up, pulled it apart, and we'll see if this works. So let me know. Can you guys see that BIOS all right? Is everything looking good? I'm going to hit the F7 here. Roll through it. That's not the right button. What's going on? I can't see. Whoa. Something's broken. It's not plugged in. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, there we go. All right. So is this working, guys? Can you guys see this all right? Is the quality decent? Because as we know, when I tried doing my BIOS videos and everything in the past, everything, like I was using my video camera to record the screen, then it focused, unfocused, wouldn't focus. So I got this capture card Ordealio in, and it hooks up to my Stream Deck. Obviously, a push of a button, I could bring it up. And hopefully it makes things a lot better. Obviously, this isn't for CPU mining. We're not doing any CPU core ratios or anything right here with XMP profiles. I just want to do this for a test. It's my GPU mining test bench. But I just wanted to make sure all this would, kind of showcase for you guys. A little bit of a cutoff on the left. Okay, hold on. Let me try to adjust this for you. Let's just get this screen looking good. Actually, I could probably go like this. Let's try this. That a little better? That looks better. I think that's just the edges. There isn't really a cutoff there by the looks of things. So yeah, I don't know. Looks all right, I think, of my books. So right on, sweet. So I'm gonna F10 this, get it back to good old mining here. Configure, yes, okay. Reboot. There, it's gonna reboot. Go back into Hive OS. Do what everything it's supposed to do for the test bench, and we're all set. So I'm just gonna subtract that. Turn that off. All right, nice. Now it's gone. Looks like the screen on screen. Oh yeah, it's because I just turned the thing off. But I swapped over. Actually, that wasn't even on my screen. That was on the other screen, so it shouldn't have popped up with the screen on screen. X570. No, that's not an X570. That is what is? Let me check that motherboard out. Actually, you know what? I can show you what motherboard this is because I also got my camera set up. So let me just find it. Boom. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll show you the motherboard on my test bench here. As you can see, I got this 5700 XT hooked up because I'm trying to do some testings. Obviously, we did that eth+ton video on AMD GPUs. I plan on looking into, I guess, eth plus aphelium, however you say it. I'm not even sure. But let's take a look at the motherboard that was actually showcased in this test bench here. There we go. It was an Asus B250 gaming ordealio, so there you can see it. Now, I'm not set up for any type of unboxing or anything today, so I might do that either tonight on Twitch or maybe tomorrow on Twitch or something. We'll see. So if you're not on Twitch, be sure to, you know, follow me on Twitch. But I got some boxes sitting over here, right there, as you can see. Look at that. You can see what one is. Obviously, it's a case. I'll just zoom in right there. So you can see a silent base, 802 Windows. And inside of that box, I got a power supply and a cooler. I'm not telling you which ones, but they were actually all, you know, tech and crypto seems to be going together. And I got these, you know, from Be Cool. They sent this stuff over to me to build. You know, I've been talking about doing my server build. So they sent me a case over. They sent me a cooler to test on some of my Ryzen CPUs to see how it performs. And they also sent me a nice platinum power supply, which I'll be unboxing and looking at this stuff potentially on Twitch or something. But I thought that was quite cool that a gaming company is linking up with a crypto YouTuber. So that's pretty sweet. So, you know, obviously more to come. I have some other stuff coming in the future, but we'll probably be looking at that stuff later on Twitch sometime. Let's just move this back over here. Another thing I wanted to point out. You guys have 5700 XT GPUs out there? I haven't really looked at this. It's been like over a year, well, before the 3000 series, that I actually looked in my AMDs, looking at Ethereum hash rates and whatnot. But before then, I was usually doing about 131 watts on Ethereum with this for about 56 megahash, 56, 57. And now I finally put this on the test bench to make those videos on the dual mining. And I'm noticing I'm using more power than I used to use ever since I updated Hive OS as well as my AMD, I guess, Team Red Miner for the miner. So if you look here, here's my watt meter. I'm at 168 watts. That system, the motherboard and everything together is 22 watts. I was going to say 2200. So I'm at like 145 watts right now, 143, I guess, or something. And I used to be at 131. Full system, I guess, at that point would be what, 3, 4, 5, 152 watts, 153 watts total. I was looking back on other videos, but now I'm upwards of over 10 watts mining Ethereum on this thing. So I'm going to look into that. I'm not sure what it is, but if you know, some of you that are running these and you updated recently, that's why back in the day, I was actually, what was I doing? I kept like an old AMD Hive OS version as well as Team Red Miner, like a year old, like way updated before. And anytime I tried to update, I believe it's when they added the B mode into A mode. So I'm wondering if I go back to A mode on this thing, if I can use my old settings again and get that power back down, even though B mode is promoted as being more efficient. That's the only thing I could really think of that's happened since I last tested this. So I got more testing and doing this GPU before I throw it back in the rig. It's just still hanging out my test bench, but that's some of the things I want to look at. I also got to look at Ethereum mining on top of this thing, as well as other hash rates after Ethereum does come into place. But I'm curious what you guys think about those. Have you guys noticed any power increases on your 5700 XTs? And I'm kind of slurring. You guys can probably notice I'm maybe talking a little bit weird, but one of my front teeth the other day actually chipped and I'm missing a chunk of my tooth. So that sucks. I bit something hard, it cracked, and now it feels weird because I'm talking all weird. Anyway, that's just that. That's about right with the new updates. That's about right. See, that's what I mean. I'm going to do some tweaking because you know, the new updates are all supposed to be more efficient and everything, but it seems like they're less efficient. So there's a lot of people out there that don't pay attention to their rigs, don't really know what's going on. So if you have, like, say, you know, a couple 6 to 12 card rigs of these things, you went up 20 watts per GPU. What is that on like a 10 card rig? That's 200 watts extra that you didn't even realize that you weren't using before. So, you know, it adds up as your GPUs go out. So obviously, you know, I'm going to look in that and see if I can get it tweaked right back down. And I can think of potentially the A mode, forcing the A mode over the B mode may do it. And if not, I don't really know. But that makes these GPUs look even, you know, worse moving into the future. I was also testing ergo on these things, and I was only pulling, even though what to mine here, where's the 5700 XTs? Where is my screen so I can see if you guys can see? 5700s, where are you? Get rid of the 3070s. 5700, right there, 5700 XT. If you look on ergo, it's saying you're getting 100 mega hash at 130 watts. Now, I did get this up to about 109, 110 mega hash, but I was still using about 130 to 140 watts. So I tried all sorts of tweaks. The only thing I actually didn't do yet is try 0 on the core, but we'll see what happens. It was kind of funny because as I went down on the core to like 1250, 1200, you know, 1150, because I'm usually using 1400 on Ethereum, I was actually using more power or the same amount. And if I went up to like 1400 on the core, it actually used a little bit less power. So, you know, there's some fishy stuff going on. As you know, AMD cards are extremely tricky in terms of tweaking the slightest things. But all of a sudden this morning or last night, I was thinking, you know what? I haven't tried 0 core. What if I tried 0 core to see how it performs? And that's pretty much the only option I have left. But moving forward, you know, these 5700 XTs, it may be time to sell them while the GPU prices are still high and try to swap them into a different card because it's not looking good. Anyway, for now, but you know, I still got to do some more testing and see what I can figure out on those. I'm glad I sold all my AMD cards last year back to 2080 and 2080 Ti's. Yeah, I need to get some 20 series cards. They're supposed to be, you know, decent on flux and stuff. I don't really have any GPUs that are great on flux like the 1070s, and I guess the 2000 series are. The 3000 series seems to fail over older cards when it comes to flux, but again, on all the other algorithms, you know, the 3000 series, you know, beats the 2 and 10 series. But again, you know, it all depends. Flux could extremely take off. A lot of people think it's the next go-to. At the current time frame, it's not going to be able to support any of the hash rate coming in, so even it's a lost cause unless it seems extreme huge price gains in the future. Best thing to do right now is try to get GPUs that are the best all-rounded, like the A2000s. I guess the A4000s, I think they're all right. I've never tested one myself, but I believe they do use quite a bit more power than they actually should. Fully electric, what have you been up to this week? I know it's been a slow week for me this week. This whole month in general has been pretty slow for me. Crypto prices went down. Obviously the views dropped, and I haven't really been making as many videos as I'm used to. I've just been busy, and then I don't know, my brain just hasn't been working like it has been when it comes to content. I just like can't find videos to make, and I don't know, it's been a slow month, but I'm hoping, you know, maybe Monday that'll change and things will pick up, start doing a lot more research, and you know, stuff will pick up. So I apologize for the lack of videos pretty much this whole month. It's been a very slow month for me right now. Back to Team Red Miner 0.9.1. Yeah, I don't even know what version I was using. Like literally, the old one. Let me take a look here. Where's my Hive OS? Oh, I can't bring up my Hive OS. You guys will see all my other coins I'm testing out right now. I'm just kidding, but we'll look into those soon. But yeah, it was like literally a year ago, the older version of Hive, like from a year ago, and like, I don't even know, a backlog of a year's worth of updates I found to be the most efficient for these 5700 XTs, tweaking all your memory voltages, your controller voltages and everything. And then as soon as I updated past that one update, which I'm thinking is when the B mode came out, constant crashes, constant everything. I had to turn everything off, retweak them, retune, and now they're finally stable again, but they are using more power than they previously did, and any attempts at trying to drop the voltages anywhere just crashes everything out. So there's something bad and worse going on, at least for the 5000 series. It might have something to do with tweaking the 6000 series. I don't know, maybe it's just a driver in general, but you know, AMD's always been a pain to get going correctly. Check out Babycoin. That'll give you something to play with. Yes, that is on my list of things to look at for sure. Babycoin is definitely one of them. You guys have been mentioning it so much. And yeah, I'm going to look into it, look how to mine, how to do all that stuff. I believe I put in my Discord a channel for Babycoin as well as a couple other coins. Some of you guys have been talking about them. We're going through some information through Discord. If you're not in the Discord, link is in the description. Join up. Join the Discord, guys. Don't be late. I have a stream account. Does that make me a gamer? It could. It potentially, I guess, you know, it's a gamer. I'm a gamer. Everyone's a gamer. Realistically, we went through this previous streams, you know, like what defines a gamer? Like realistically, anyone with a computer these days is a gamer. People play games. Doesn't matter your age, anywhere from 5 years old to 90. 100, I guess, if you're still alive, you know, they probably still play games. So the term gamer isn't used the same way it used to be used, where, you know, not many people play games, or, you know, games are bad for you, don't waste whatever on games, you're never going to make money off games. And obviously fast forward to the last few years, people are making a lot of money off gaming, and, you know, everyone's pretty much a gamer. So now, in terms of gamers, when it comes to other YouTube channels or anything like that, if they're a gamer, it's more like the person who likes to whine and complain all the time. Those are the definition of gamers now. Whiners and complainers, in my honest opinion, because everyone out there is gamers. Now, the only difference between, you know, being branded a gamer is that you whine and complain all the time about anything. Out of stock all the time. I can't find anything. Yada, yada, yada. We don't care anymore. That's all we ever hear. That's the definition of a gamer, in my opinion, right now. Anyway, moving forward. Most gamers are on gamer hash though. I'm a gamer. See, yeah, I'm a gamer. I got gamer equals whiner. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I'm a gamer myself. You know, I can't find a GPU. There's drops happening all the time. Yes, it's hard to find a GPU, but we stand in line. We do this stuff. We do that. Miners, like, they're trying to find the same GPUs that the gamers are trying to find. The gamer can't find any for some weird reason, but miners are finding a whole bunch. They're just lazy and don't want to do the work to get that GPU. That's just all it is. Fair and square, like, end of story. There's nothing really more to touch on that aspect. Make videos and profits with the L3 Plus and CPU. I've done a few. Not too many people like watching the L3 Plus, you know, ASIC type of things. Maybe because it's an older miner, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely do some updated stuff. I still have those quiet fans on them. You can't hear that thing at all. It's holding in, has a reboot, nothing overheating, so it's doing good. Miner me always find GPUs, and gamers me super unlucky. Miner me always finds GPUs, but gamer me is always super unlucky. Yeah, funny how that works. All right, I'm gonna go look for a gaming GPU. I can't find any. All right, I'm gonna go look for something to mine with. Yes, I got all sorts of GPUs. Any news about CPU mining? Still mining RTM? I'm currently testing a different coin right now. Yes, I still mine RTM when, you know, when I'm not testing anything. So that's still like my go-to coin. When it comes to inodes, it looks like they are 61% of their goal. If you're unfamiliar about Raptorium's goal here, can you guys see that? So they have a goal going on. Looks like it's past the date. The date limit was the 25th of February. But they're trying to do, you know, like a community get-together funding type of option there for whatever, what do you call it, donations, I guess, so that they can purchase a listing on a top 10 exchange. So that's exciting. That's good for the coin. They're working on that. I'm getting currently about 470 coins just from sitting in inodes. I have 1,050 coins pending for, I guess, Sundays. It'd be Sunday's next payout coming in. Oh, no, that don't seem right. Did we miss yesterday's? Wednesdays? I don't know. That seems like there's too many there. Maybe not. What is it? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days. Oh, that's about right. 3 days. So yeah, there's still a day and a half, 2 days till the next payout here coming forward. So yeah, I'm testing another coin right now. I'm not currently mining Raptorium directly. I got the node staking away on it, but I will be obviously going back to Raptorium as soon as I'm done testing these other coins here. The other coin I am testing is currently Pulsar. I'm testing Pulsar at the current moment in time. There is a Discord channel as well. So I guess it's okay. I can just tell you what it is. Doesn't matter. I'll be doing a video on it later. That's the coin I'm doing. It's Pulsar. This is my wallet. Now, it's a very interesting chain. I'm still working on the details. If you guys have heard about it, I'm not sure. It's only a week old. It's been on, yes, my test bench crashed 3 times already. GPU's dead for some odd reason. Doesn't matter. It's going to work for a while. It usually crashes 2 or 3 times, but here's Pulsar. You can see rocking and rolling away. Let me get on a different view here. You guys can't tell it's not any better. So yeah, Pulsar is rolling here. These are my hash rates. It was kind of funny. So I'm using RabidMiner for mining this. And what was it? What other CPU miner RPlant? Because RPlant pool obviously is, they get into everything when it comes out. But I was using RPlant, the CPU miner RPlant fork, and I was getting like 90 gigahash per GPU or CPU. 90 gigahash, like 10 gigahash, 310,000 kilohash. Like it was all over the place. But at the pool, it was rating, you know, these type of numbers. So RabidMiner is supporting this coin and algorithm, and these are the steady numbers. So as much as CPU miner GR was saying, yo, you're getting 90 gigahash here, you're not really. At the pool, it's still reporting this, and RabidMiner is more accurate and consistent in terms of that. So if you want to try it out, RabidMiner is the way to go. It's pretty insane using that CPU miner RPlant fork. The coin is only about a week old, but what I find interesting about this coin is that as you mine it, there's also, let's take a look at the network hash rate here, just so you can guys, PLSR, I guess, mining pools. Open up, curve hash. Yeah, that's the name of the algorithm. It's curve hash. And now you can see here, like, look at this. There's 84.26. You can't really see that. Let me see if I can get that up there. So there's 84.26 mega hash currently on the network. But if you are, yeah, through CPU mine. But if you look at the network hash rate, it says 8.5 terahash, 8.51. I was like, whoa, what's going on with this coin? How is there so much hash rate? Like through CPUs, it's only 84 mega hash, but there's 8.51 terahash on the network. How is that happening? Are GPUs mining this as well? It's all coming from down here from an unknown source. What's going on? And that's the interesting aspect about this coin that I thought was kind of cool. It's actually coming from everyone's Pulsar in their own wallets. So if you open up your wallet here, you can see your coins, and literally if you first, you got to encrypt it. So if you go in here, you go to your you encrypt your wallet, and once you encrypt it, you unlock it. Your wallet now acts as a staking pool. So this coin is a 50% proof of work and 50% staking. So any coins you have in here, they say that to get about a block a day, you need about 2,500 coins. I just hit that just now, so I am testing this before, you know, I start making videos and I get more information on this coin. But you can see I'm connected now to whatever 10 active connections. It goes anywhere from 10 up to 30. But just having you keep your wallet open, you have it rolling like this, and you are now staking. So that's where all this other hash rate is, people that are holding the coins in your own wallet. So instead of going into a smart node or anything like this, you just open up your own wallet as long as it's encrypted and then unlocked. And now I'm literally mining it as well as staking it at the exact same time. And this is acting like your own node, and you have a potential to solo mine the blocks. And the block reward is 90 coins. So I could be getting a free 90 coins just from holding my wallet open. And, you know, obviously the more you stake, the faster, and, you know, it's like having increased hash rate. So that's how this coin kind of works out. It's only 1 week old, brand new. Profitability wise, I'm not even sure yet. You guys are getting all the info right now. You know what? We're just going to do it in this live stream, because why not? Why not do it right now? Because we have nothing really to talk about. So we'll talk about Pulsar for a little while. Let's take a look at PLSR price. So we look at the price here. So it's a little over a cent. So 1 cent. So really 100 coins is $1. 100 coins is $1. I'm mining about 900 to 1,000 coins a day. So I'm getting anywhere between $9 to 1,000 coins per day here, or $9 to $10 a day here, which works out. If we go to MineRaptorium, what's that currently making us? MineRaptorium.com. If I throw all my GPUs and everything onto this, what is our current profitability looking like? So we got 1, we got 8, and then we got 2 here. So 625. So it looks like the hash rate or the difficulty is coming down a little bit, because we're usually around 500, but it's saying $7.11 USD. That's before power. So based on this looks like it's slightly more profitable by a couple dollars a day than Raptorium currently is. Plus, just having your own wallet open acts as its own staking pool. Now, what's this coin's gonna do? I have no idea. It's 100% like I said, just like everything else, it's blah, blah, what's that term, guys? I can't think of it. Come on, help me out here. Help me out. Spec mining, that's what it is. This is spec mining. They're updating the white paper in a couple of weeks. They got 4 or 5 exchanges going, so you can legitimately get out and sell right now. If you wanted to get out and you heard something bad was happening, you can sell. It is on exchanges, so that's a go-to. If it wasn't on an exchange, I probably wouldn't go about trying this or anything yet, but it is on exchanges, and you know, I can pull out if I have to, if something bad's going to happen or something. But it's only been on mainnet for 1 week, so it is very, very new and interesting and moving forward. This is Pulsar coin, so very interesting. I'm going to be doing a video on this maybe Monday. We'll see what happens once I get more information. I want to make sure I actually find a block through the wallet and, you know, that's all working, so I can actually say exactly how it works, because I'm not really sure yet. All I really know is you open up your wallet, encrypt it, unlock it, and it should work. But I haven't found a block yet based off staking side, so I'm waiting for that to happen so I know if it's good. Yes, good old spec miner. Oh, Yata coin. And speaking of Yata coin's here. That's another coin that's in my future of testing, where we did look at that server, that PC case and stuff. So I'm probably going to throw rig 3 into that, and that'll be my farming chia thing. It'll be my server case. I'll probably make a Yata coin solo pool on that and mine it to myself and test solo mining to Yata coin. So that's another thing coming in the future. I got a lot of stuff coming up, and it's been a fairly slow month for me, but no, I'm looking into a lot of different things here at the same time. And some things just take time to test out for you. So you can't just start something and then throw out what it's all about the next day. It just doesn't work that way because you don't have any information. What else do we got out there? Oh, there's some more scams. If you guys are unaware, I'm going to look into that later on today, maybe tomorrow. But there's some more scams out there on LHR unlockers. If you guys are in the Discord, you've seen some of the links already. But there's one that's producing LHR2 unlocker in the version of a pill, which does look more legit. As you know, the 1080 ETH pills and stuff, it's kind of following the same type of mentality here. So people are like, yeah, that makes more sense. That could actually work, you know, having a pill as the unlockers. But again, it's not a scam. People posted it in the Discord. Like I said, another guy in the comments posted a link to the scam video, as well as said he tried it and it actually fished to his MetaMask wallet and it tried taking the funds out of his MetaMask. So it's another scam. I'm going to try to get details and stuff on that for you guys and release that so you guys don't fall for it. That one actually came out before the whole Surgy thing before that. So it was really in the background and no one really talked about it, but it is out there and you got to be careful. There's videos and YouTube videos on it promoting this thing. So just keep a watchful eye out. Any 100% unlocker, anything, it doesn't exist. So just a fair warning, it's not out there. They don't exist as of yet, and they probably won't exist. I don't think we'll get those cards 100% unlocked by the time ETH is gone, unless, you know, a year or two goes by and we're still talking about Ethereum 2.0 coming soon. So, you know, depending how long they keep trailing us with a carrot and all this stuff, you know, maybe it'll eventually get unlocked, but we'll see. Dave Collins, proof of useful work. Proof of useful work by their need of ETH hash rate. So, what else do I got going on here? I am still solo mining. We'll check that out right quick here. Where is my... I gotta make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, you guys can see that one. I'm still solo mining here. We're at 27% luck. Rabid PC is down. I did go to Best Buy drop the other day. I didn't even do a video on that. Oh my gosh. So I got a 3060. I went in there. I was late. It was a funny story how that whole Best Buy drop went out. The Canadian Best Buy drop was Canada. And obviously this one was online instead of going in and actually waiting in line at the store. So I was waiting there. I got up early. I was checking it out. Nothing happened. Nothing happened for you in Discord. We're checking it out as well. All of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the mail. Hopefully, you know, the drop doesn't go. We've been waiting forever. We have no idea. They don't tell us any information when this drop is going to happen. I go get the mail. I come back and the drop happened. Like right when I left, it happened. And there's everyone. Where's Rabid? Where's Rabid? The drop is happening. It's now. I'm reading through. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Right when I go to get the mail and run to the store right quick down the street, it drops. So I'm like, oh great. So that was obviously I was late. Everything was out of stock, but there were some 3060s at the Red Deer store. So I went in there, got one. I probably could have got 4 or 5 or 6 of them. They had 6 in line, and I could have just stood outside in the parking lot and kept ordering them, wait for it to be verified, and then go in and get another one. But I didn't do that. I'm thinking maybe I should have. Because as you can see, actually, I had to rename my rig. So OCTOMINER 2 NVIDIA, it's actually pulling 36.5 mega hash. That's not too bad. I don't really know how much power this card is using. I plan on putting that on the test bench as well. But a 3060 using T-Rex with their unlocker at about 75-80% right now is not too bad. 36, I think sometimes it peaks to 38 mega hash. So, you know, the 3060 isn't too bad as long as you can find it at a decent MSRP price. But it's still more expensive than like a 3060 Ti is non-LHR. So obviously that would be the better way to go. But, you know, it was better than nothing, I guess. A little extra hash rate, but nothing major. Okay, back to the live chat. What's going on here? What are you guys talking about? What do we got here for viewers? We got 108 viewers, 50 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like. Oh, I don't have a like button thing, but I do have this one. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification thingamajigger. I don't have a like button, you know, display thing, so improvise. Early this year, you had 512K RTM that valued over 12K. Now 512K RTM was down well over 50%. Any reason you did not swap to stablecoin, then swap back when things start to go up? Because it's not bothering me. You know, obviously the smarter play, like we all knew this dip was coming. I've been saying for a while, like, you know, winter's coming. Even when we're at like really high beginning of December, end of November, like I knew it was coming. A lot of people that follow the market knew it was coming. You know, everyone's like, Bitcoin's going to stay high. It's different this year, yada, yada, yada. But if you look back at history charts, it's said straight out right in front of everybody's face, this dip is coming and it's going to stay into a winter. 2017 looked exactly the same with this. Obviously, our chart was a little bit bigger this time because of the bigger bull run from the latest Bitcoin halving. And in 2024, 2025 is potentially, you know, even another massive, huge bull run that's going to make the recent one look like small potatoes like the 2017 looked. So that's just the way the market works. It cycles. I ignore everything that's happening in the world and I just look back at history, and history always repeats itself. So yes, I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to dip. Why didn't I sell? And I could have got more. I don't know. I just left it in a node, let it keep staking. If I put it in a stable coin, then, you know, it would just be sitting there and not earning anything. So still being in the node, I'm getting another almost 500 coins a day from sitting in the node. I could have sold it and then bought back in now and got, you know, maybe over twice as much more, which would have been the smarter play. But obviously at the end, you know, I'm just taking my time. I'm not the greatest trader out there. But I just let it sit there, let it do its thing. It doesn't bother me. I know it's going to go back up in the future. So why not let it just earn its own more coins through the network the way it is for the future here. So that's just what I'm rolling with that way. And did not lose much at all. And I see you keep yours. I took your advice and did not lose much at all. And I see you keep yours. What is current price average on 3060s? Current price average, I got mine at Best Buy. It was the EVGA XC, and I think, what was it? 589 Canadian, I think, 589. And where like the 3060 Ti's founders are 549 or something. So it's like an extra $40 for less hash rate and I think a little more power consumption. But you know what? It's better than people that are trying to still sell them for $900 to $1,000 on Kijiji or the used market. What is the current price average with that MC? And I just designed them, but that is like $50 US. They finally looking for the LHR blueprints. Who's looking for LHR blueprints? What's going on? What's happening? I don't like carrots. Mike Ball. Yeah, you know, obviously in the Ethereum's devs' minds, all we are is a bunch of horses with carrots tied in front of our faces, trying to chase it, or a mouse in a wheel with a piece of cheese in front of them. You know, that's all we are to Ethereum devs. Just keep that network going until we kick you guys all off. And, you know, they're not going to tell us too far in advance that it's happening because obviously there's a potential chance that miners could get mad and try attacking the network by pulling hash rate off, running joint operations. You know, just whenever something happens to interfere with the flow of money, you know, it just gets bad, and there's the potential risk that something could happen to Ethereum before they're ready for 2.0, or I guess the merge. And at the same time, they can't come out and say, oh, we're extending it another year, we're extending it another 8 months or something, because then that looks bad on a PR side, and people are like, oh, these ETH devs are dumb, yada, 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 yada. And we already know they are. But, you know, the trading guys who think they're all ETH gods, which have no clue of what's really going on. Sorry, guys, this is all just speculation, not 100% truth. This is just my opinion and not financial advice. But moving forward, you know, they can't say that because then everyone be pulling out, and you know, Cardano, and we got Matic and whatever else is all Solana going on out there, which are better platforms. They're faster than ETH, they're cheaper than ETH. DeFi is being built on them. DeFi is even being built on Monero for like already. So pretty crazy. A privacy DeFi is going to be insane moving into the future. So that's good. But all these other platforms are doing just what Ethereum started. And if we look at anything else, like just before, you know, when internet first came out, we had, you know, nice web browsers, Yahoo and everything, and all of a sudden something came out like Google, which took it all over. So what if one of these Solanos or something actually did Ethereum, everything started on Ethereum, but one of these other platforms are built to do the whole proof of stake side for their coins. So they're already on newer tech, ready to roll. Ethereum's still behind, even though they're moving to what is going to be new to them. It's still older type of operation. It's rated like one of the worst proof of stake systems already compared to these other ones, and they're still moving on to it. But these other ones could become better in the long run, and people could move all the way over there. Like the devs even said so themselves in that Denver thing they got going on there on Twitch, where yeah, we're still going to be friends with these guys. Of course, we're going to have bridges and all this stuff going out to them. Everything's not totally accurate, and there's bugs here and there, but we're still going to be buddies with these guys, because you always want to be friends with the next top dog. You want to follow them. You want to be with them. You want to be buddy with them. And that's what Ethereum is doing with those other coins, because they are probably are threatened by them in a little way, as much as they don't want to let you know that. So moving forward, you know, they got to make sure everything's legit. They can't say it's extended too long. It looks bad on the trader side, and they don't want to say, you know, it's moving too soon and it's further away, because then they could get attacked on the miner side. So they really got to play both angles of their PR development and trickle the miners by a thread, even though they could extend it for the next 2 years for all we know. But they'll just let us know every couple months that they're not ready yet to the next upgrade. Then they'll update us. They're not ready yet. So they'll trickle us along. And the same thing for the trader side. Oh, we're almost there. We're ready to go, but we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. They're just going to keep doing that until they are finally ready. So it could take, like they said, June or July. It could take till December. It could take till next year. It could take for 2 or 3 years from now. We have no idea, but they're just going to give us little pieces of information just to keep our eyes and ears open. That's all I can see happening right there. There's a little Rabid rant, if it made any sense to you guys. What do we got going on up here? What is a good price to buy RX 6600 XT 6600s? I don't know. Anywhere I look, Best Buy, Memory Express, like they're all out of stock everywhere here in at least Alberta. But even their MSRP prices are extremely expensive. I'm not going to pay $650, $700 for a 6600 XT, which is a nice efficient card for Ethereum and a couple coins, but it doesn't produce other coins. So the 6600 XT, I'd love to test it and check it out and look into it for the Ethereum side, and I think they're okay on Ravencoin. But when it comes to coins like Ergo and Flux and stuff, I don't think they really, based on information I see online anyway, that they're performing on the other ones. And we really got to look for GPUs that perform well on as many algorithms as possible, because we have no idea what coin is going to take off, if any coin is going to take off. It could be a stalemate of a crypto mining winter in terms of GPUs for the next 4 to 5 years, until after the next major bull run. We might see a glimpse of what may happen. Like GPU mining could be unprofitable for at least 3 to 4 more years in the red before we finally see a lot of people sell off, or, you know, something happens. So you want to look for GPUs that are efficient and just have the best all-round coin. They can mine as many coins as possible at a decent rate. So that's just it. It's really hard to look for GPUs right now, and I don't think the 6600 XTs are in that category as of yet. But I could be wrong. I don't have one to check out everything. So don't, remember, not financial advice. Do what you do your own research, do what you want. It's just that I don't have everything to test. I can't afford every single GPU to test, but that's just the way it's looking. I don't think the 6600s are a go-to GPU after Ethereum. I got a deal on 8 RTX 2080s for $550 each. I don't know if I should get them now or wait up for another deal. Fully electric, is that 2080s for $5? I think that's a pretty good deal. The 2080s, they held their value for a long time, even though, yes, you know, it's hard to get in this. But even when the 3000 first dropped and there really wasn't a supply issue yet, the 2080s and 2080 Ti's were still holding pretty strong value. They're actually more expensive than the 3070s, I think, at the time. What happened to CPU profitability? This is not looking good. It's just like everything. The whole market is down. And when it comes to the CPU coins, you can follow the trend. Like I said, and yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, how you can kind of market things out, and you know, you can get in this. Like, I'm a failed trader. I see things in the background and I never actually attempt it. In the odd times when I used to play around with trading, it was like 2 years ago or something, I seen things, but you always notice a kind of a thing going on. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, usually Bitcoin goes up or down first, and then Ethereum will follow, and then the rest of the market. Now, when it came with Raptorium, when it started dropping, it held its value for a good few 2 or 3 weeks after the initial dips. So 2 or 3 weeks later is when it started falling, and we knew it was going to start falling. Bitcoin, everything started staying down like we currently was. Now it's coming back up. So I think in another week or two, we may see Raptorium and some of these other coins start to go up, because depending on the coin and the level they are, they're usually a different time frame. That's what I'm trying to say. So Bitcoin's on its way back up right now. Obviously Ethereum's following, and a majority of the top 10 coins are going up as well with it. But I think in another week or two is when we'll start to see Raptorium start to go up, maybe AVN and these other coins as well, because they always have a huge delay come behind. Then if we see a dip, then again, you'll follow that couple week time frame, you'll see the dip again. So you can kind of watch these things. I don't know if it's accurate or not. Like I said, not financial advice. It's just something I kind of been noticing, where a lot of the CPU mining coins, other than XMR, it's been kind of holding up like a stable coin for the past, I guess, year or so. But usually you'll see like a spread between a decent time frame before the Raptorium and the AVN start fluctuating like the main market is. In mine, like, I don't know if you guys know the same thing or not, but yeah. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Mine RTM on GPU? Yes, you can mine. Raptorium is mineable on GPUs. CPUs are more efficient, but you can mine it on GPUs. Same thing with AVN. We know it's a multi-chain type of platform, X16RT for GPUs and the Minotaur X for CPUs. So those are other options when, you know, after Ethereum is gone, that people might not think about or overlook is, you know, GPUs could, you know, hit up RTM or more on AVN as well moving into the future, which could be a decent option actually moving forward. ASICs may be a good path forward the next little while if they can be scooped at a good prices as the market is offset. Yes, I think ASICs have a huge future. I think obviously GPUs, price to performance, and always that was, you know, number one for the last, since what, 2016, 2017, even before that, 2014 or something. For the last, you can easily say 5 to 7 years. But, you know, after this Ethereum switch, like, even if Flux, you know, goes massive in the future, it's going to take a long time for that to happen. It could be a couple cycles. I have no idea. I don't know, maybe someone has better insight on what's going to go on there. But, you know, for the next 5 to 6 years, there's probably going to be better options. CPUs are probably going to be more profitable than GPUs. That is, unless, you know, everyone goes out and buys CPUs, then that's not the case. You know, Chia could be another option for real. Like, I know, and coming from me, I don't really like Chia, but Chia could be more profitable. Price to price comparison, more profitable than GPUs. That could definitely become a thing. What else? Like ASICs, I think they're going to be, in terms of profitability, like I said, this is a mining channel. It's not just a GPU mining channel. It's not just a CPU mining channel. It's a mining channel for everything. I try to dabble in a little bit of everything. And I think ASICs have the highest profitability moving into the future, as much as a lot of people don't want to hear that. Let's just look at this, like ASIC miner value. I think ASICs are a great way to go moving forward, at least for, you know, a good couple years until some GPU coin does pop up. But like, we got the KD6 here. Like, look at that, 2,630 watts for $118 a day. That's absolutely insane. Like, what's my 1 gigahash is using a little over 2,000 watts right now. I don't know what it's making a day right now, $30, $40. I'm just guessing that might even be too high. So this thing is going to be like around the same amount of power as 1 gigahash, about 1.5 gigahash probably, but making over triple the amount of GPUs. And obviously after Ethereum is gone, GPUs are going to be in the red. I honestly think GPUs, you're not going to be able to mine enough coins to pay for your power. So they're going to be in the red unless you can pay for power on your own personal income, whether from work or something else. And also depends on your power price. It's going to be red for at least, 6 months or so. It's going to be hit hard till a lot of people do sell up their rigs. I don't really we can't really look at the Ethereum ASICs because they're going to be gone. Sure, there's Ethereum Classic. We got the L7. L7, I think, is going to be a very popular miner. I'd love to get my hands on an L7, 9.5 gigahash, 3,425 watts. It's $48 a day. That's pretty good, especially with the way the market is. Litecoin is down quite a bit. But if you know anything, the Antminer L3 Plus, very, very popular ASIC miners. A lot of residentials miners have those Antminer L3 Pluses, and this thing is the big daddy upgrade to it that just recently released. I believe stock is finally coming in. It did drop on November 2021, but due to supply issues, I think they just started coming in like the end of last month, sometime this last couple weeks. Like, people are starting to get them in stock right now, so we have to take a look at the hash rate on the script algorithm, see the profitability. I'm assuming that's why it's down on top of the price. It's because the difficulty is going up. But these L7s, they are 19 Antminer L3 Pluses for only the power consumption of 5.5 Antminer L3 Pluses. Extremely efficient machine. I think it's going to be a very popular one. Again, third-party sellers, they obviously jack it up. The only way to really get a decent deal on these is from Bitmain themselves. And the other things, KD2, this gold shell KD2, these Cardano miners, absolutely amazing. 2642 a day for only 830 watts. Absolutely insane. The KD box, where's that thing? That is another go-to I'd love to get my hands on. Look at this thing. $7 a day. It might not seem like much, but it's only using 205 watts. Like, seriously, $7 a day for 205 watts. You're making quadruple what a 3090 is for less power of a 3090. So the gold shell KD box, obviously it's a go-to miner. You could stack these things up. Like, you could put 5 of these on a 120 volt circuit here. You could probably get away with 6. You're going to be getting close to that 80%, but you could load these up on 120 volt here and be making $30-40 a day off just one 120 volt circuit. So obviously it comes down to price as well. Third-party sellers, not a good thing. They're expensive. I see L7s on eBay going for 25 to 29K. That's not too, I don't know. It's still a scalper price. Have to look into it. I really wish I could somehow get extra money to look into that. I got so many projects. Obviously the #1 project I'm looking into, I need to get that Threadripper. It's all about the Threadripper. We have the Threadripper fund going. I need to try to get myself a Threadripper. Then yes, an L7, a KD box, something like that to look at, because I believe those are going to be a huge part in terms of profitability moving in the future. GPUs, they're not going to be talked about as much as they previously were. I think there's going to be a massive winter on GPU mining, where CPUs, ASICs, and the other things are going to be flourishing a lot more. So we're going to see a difference in the markets moving forward. And I think also AMD's next CPUs coming out could play a huge factor in that as well, with all that 3D VCache coming in across Haven. Haven could become an extremely profitable coin to mine looking at the future here. KD boxes are 4K. No way I would do. Are they 4K right now? Oh my gosh, let's look at that. Where are they? KD box 4K. 4K. Where are you? KD box, come back, KD box. Where'd it go? You know what? I probably passed that. I'm just blind. Let's look at the KD box. KD. It's every time I say that, it reminds me, just look at the Craft Dinner 5. We got Craft Dinner 6 here, Craft Dinner 2, and we got a Craft Dinner box. The Gold Shell Craft Dinner miners. That's what I gotta call them from now on. Gold Shell Craft Dinner. Oh, Gold Shell Craft Dinner miners. Oh my gosh, 4,500. What's gold? See, Gold Shell directly is 1,700. It's the cheapest you can get. Everywhere else expensive, but $1,700. That's cheaper than a 3090, and you're making more for less power. So in theory, if you bought a 3090 and you don't consider this from Gold Shell, you got issues. In my personal opinion, I bought a 3090. I gladly trade that 3090 for this thing. I'd be making more and using less power. It only makes sense. So yeah, if you can get it from Gold Shell, that's the only way to go. Obviously out of stock. Third-party sellers, never recommended. But if you're really in on it, you're gonna ROI 633 days. Remember, crypto markets are down. They're on the way up. So if they, you know, next bull run, which I don't think is going to be until like 2024, 2025, depending on the Bitcoin halving. Obviously, if we hit that bull run, it's going to drop those ROIs down quite a bit moving into the future. But yeah, it's hard to look for these. They're expensive and all sorts of stuff. Gold shell up the price. It's 3.9K now. So the website, oh my gosh, that's horrible. Probably because, you know, supply issues, popularity, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. All right. Well, gold shell up the price, guys. I don't know what else to say. Don't buy them. They're too expensive. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Obviously, but then again, it's all about scalability. If you can afford to buy them, I probably would. If I had like $20,000 to spend right now, I probably would throw it on those and wait for a huge price. And look at Red Panda Mining. He sold all his Cardano before that massive spike increase. It would have made him a millionaire or something, but he sold it all and he didn't get anything for it, really. So I didn't really see that video, just all the rumors on the back end. I don't know how much truth there is to that. But, you know, Cardano seems to be picking up and fairly profitable. Is there the chance for it to ultimately crash and become nothing again? Of course, it's crypto. Everything has the chance to become nothing. But, you know, we're always shooting for the moon and having high hopes. It could happen. And scalability, it's always about scalability as well. And a good point of that, like, you ever played Crypto Mining Simulator? You ever played, you know, I guess Sim City? All these things. It's kind of interesting. And crypto mining as a business and stuff kind of follows the same type of platform, as hard as it seems like it is. Like, just think about it. You get a GPU, you get another GPU, and it seems like it's taking forever and forever, but you're slowly building up, but then there is that tipping point where all of a sudden, boom, you hit it and you're like, wow, you're making a lot more. And I even found it, like, I know you can't really justify it to games and stuff, but it's the same principle. Even playing Crypto Mining Simulator, you're at a point and, you know, you're waiting. Oh, I finally got that GPU. I finally got the next one. I finally got the next one. And it keeps slowly getting faster and faster. But once you hit that tipping point, the crypto starts coming in way faster than originally when you first start. And you start realizing, wow, you know, I can pick up a GPU every day now. I can buy a GPU every second day. I can buy a GPU every 2 hours. Like, that's how it works. It's all about scalability. And once you actually have all that, and that's kind of how, when I do some of my numbers, my CPU mining, even though everyone's coming at me and they're like, you can't do that. That's not proper ROI. That's not proper that. No, it's not. But from a business standpoint, moving forward, it's 100% legit. I started with mining on my CPU on my gaming PC. That's the only CPU I had. It took a little over a year. It mined enough XMR and everything through Monero Ocean to purchase another CPU complete rig. So that's what I did. I used my mined crypto out of my gaming PC from the CPU alone to build another CPU rig. That doubled up, and then Raptorium started going up, so I got a couple more. But at that point in time, I could now, between all my rigs starting to build up, I was building a new rig every 2 weeks from mined crypto off my CPU. So as a business standpoint, the more you get up, and eventually you get to the point where you're building another CPU mining rig every 2 days. You're building a new CPU mining rig every day. It's working. It builds up till that's actually legit, and it just gets faster and faster and faster until eventually you get to where you're power limited or whatever you want to do. You got to get more power, and then, you know, you can just hold off for a while, but then you start racking it all up that fast, and you're just, you know, getting massive bags at that point. So it's all about scalability and not really in terms of ROI in a single rig. If you want to look at ROIs of a single rig, how long will it take for that GPU to pay itself off only? After Ethereum's gone, you're going to be looking, once it finally does hit the green, anywhere from 3 to 5 years on GPUs and stuff are going to be looking in the 3 to 5 year range. So as a business standpoint, you got to start looking at scalability instead of individual profits per day of that. If that's all you're stuck on is fiat value, individual profits, then maybe crypto mining or something isn't for you. But that's just me. I could be 100% wrong. That's just the way I kind of look at things and the way I'm kind of thinking when I'm looking at all this stuff. So let me know you guys' thoughts on that. I just went on another rant. You know, some of you probably disagree. Other people may agree. We all have our own different type of witness, you know, the way we look at things. Don't trust any solar advice that involves batteries. I still know nothing about solar. I gotta look into that. That's obviously going to be a huge thing because power prices are they're insane, going way up. Okay, going through the chat here. What are we talking about? I sold my KD box 2 weeks ago for 5K. Oh, it's insane because it's a popular thing. Yeah, for sure. So nice. You could definitely. Oh, what we got here? I see the eyeballs going on. We got Killzil Grinder just subscribed. Nice. Thank you very much, Killzil. I see my eyeballs are working. I just set that up the other day to try to change all those things around. I think the donate one has, you know, some dollar icons pop up and some crazy music, and I don't know. I don't really know if it works though. In theory, it works. I won the queue at EVGA, but turned down a 3090 FTW3 because they wanted $19.95 plus tax. $2,100. I won't pay that for a 3090. I know, that's insane. John Germain, where is that? Is that States? Because what did I pay for mine? It was a Founders Edition. I think it was $2,100 for the Founders Edition. After GST and something, it was like $2,200 or $2,300. It was crazy. Like literally, I could buy 4 A2000s for that. Half the power for twice the, you know, hash rate. Same thing with 3080s. Like you can get two 3060 Ti's for cheaper than a single 3080 non-LHR Founders Edition, and still have, you know, over that to be 120. What do you have? You'd have more hash rate and less power as well. That's why I said like bigger is not always better. I see some people on Reddit, oh, I got 3080s, I'm pumping out the hash rate, I'm doing this. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, technically after Ethereum moving forward, you're going to want to, bigger isn't always better. Bigger is less efficient with higher hash rate, but you know, moving smaller, 3060 Ti's, 3070s, A2000s, you need a lot more and stuff, but you're saving so much more on power, like almost 50%, depending how big you go. I kind of looked at my 30 amp 240 volt there, and we run through the numbers every once in a while here just to kind of point of view of how efficiency is better. That if I was to load that 30 amp 240 volt up with strictly 3080s only, non-LHRs, I could get about 2 gigahash at the, you know, the power limit out of 5,700 watts or whatever the 80% is. Now, if I was to load that up with A2000s, I could be hitting 3 gigahash for the same amount of power. So an extra 1 gigahash for free, pretty much, over running 3080s at 2 gigahash. It's insane how efficiency does matter, and moving long-term and scalability, it's all about that efficiency in my mind. So, you know, the argument over should I get 3080s over, you know, something more efficient, I'd always recommend whatever is more efficient in terms of long-term scalability. Now, if you don't plan on mining forever, obviously you want resale value and, you know, other things like that. But the other miners that they don't plan on selling their GPUs, like myself, they don't plan, and they just want to scale up, and, you know, it's all about the efficiency. That's when I would recommend leave those 3080s, get rid of those 3090s. Don't be purchasing those. They're not wanted. They're just too inefficient for, you know, just for mining purposes. Yeah. I know we would have a profit of 700K if he hodled his KDA. At least 700K, yeah, crazy. I don't have any KDA. I never had a miner for it, but that's nuts. I buy in the USA. I want 2 L7 so bad, just need to get them at manufacturing price. I know fully electric. I'm on the same boat. I'd love to get my hands on some L7s. I've even tried contacting companies like, can I do like a mine to pay off type of thing or anything? You know, I'm trying to get my hands on some of these super efficient miners out there, but I just can't. You know, it's really hard to do it. They're out of stock. They don't have any, yada, yada, yada. Turn RTM miners on and off with the production. As Seb would say, it's hash rate, watt, dollar. That is the ultimate card selection. Yeah, hash to watt. Yeah, I 100% promote hash to watt ratio as the #1 statistic to look at when looking into a GPU. Same with the CPU. The same thing applies. That's what I don't understand. There seems to be a gap between GPU mining and CPU mining. Now, there's a lot of CPU miners that have come in recently that have never CPU mined before, but, you know, they have a lot of experience with GPU mining, and vice versa. There's a lot of miners that's never mined before and they're only CPU mining. But, you know, the same principle does apply. It doesn't matter if you're on GPUs or CPUs. You want to run efficient. That's why I can't get my head around, you know, people that are cranking up their 3900X, you know, Ryzen CPUs up to 4.4 at 1.29, 1.3 volts or whatever, and not running at like the standard clock size. If you look on a CPU, it has your clock speed and your boost clock speed. Now, your clock speed will be where your most efficiency range is. And once you start going anywhere above that into the boost clock speed, you're starting to burn more and more power that you're wasting. Quick example here, like XMR testing, 3900X, I could run nice and efficient at 109 watts. Now it's 109 watts. That's the CPU, motherboard, RAM, PSU, everything. That's your complete system. 109 watts, 13,600 hashes is what I was getting there. Now I could crank that up with like Ryzen clock tuner and everything fully functional, 1.25 volts, whatnot. And that pushed me up to like 230, 240 watts for 15,200 hash rates. That was like an extra 2,000 hashes on XMR for over double the power. It doesn't make any sense. And the same settings apply to all the coins out there. RTM, I think on the low end with, running my efficient settings, I think I hit anywhere from 80 watts and it would peak at around 120 to 125 watts on the very high rotation. But the majority of the time is only sitting around 95 to 97 watts every time I saw the watt meter. And if I crank that up to like 4.2, 4.3, I'm upwards of 200 watts again on the high end, and on the low end, it's like 130 watts. So and the average was sitting around, I think around 135, 140 watts, but it's a very minimal increase. You're not getting a whack. You're maybe getting an extra 10 coins a day, 10 coins a day, doing that increase for over double the power. So it's not worth it even on CPU mining than that when you're doing on your GPUs as well. The same principle applies. Ampere is amazing. Talk about the failed RTM donation drive goal of top 20 too low. Another tiny exchange won't help the coin. Opinion. I don't think it's a top 10 exchange. I don't know which exactly exchange Raptorium was trying to get into. I wasn't following their Discord. I just know it's supposed to be a top 10 exchange. So it's a fairly decent exchange. I just don't know which one it was or anything. And the inodes goal, I don't know if that was the percentage they tried to get to the most of it out of inodes and what was going on in the background. So I don't know where their actual goal is sitting in terms of where they're actually at. So I have to look into that and try and get back to you guys on their full donation thing and figure out what exchange they were actually trying to get listed to as well. 3900X for the best for CPU mining on desktop. 5950X is power hungry. Is a 5950? I gotta hook mine up. I got mine in my workstation, so I haven't really been able to test how much power my 5950X fully utilizes. My 3950Xs don't really use much more power at all over my 3900Xs, but yeah, that's a 5950, maybe a bit different. 5950X will hash max 15K at 3.91 volt. It also draws 100 watts. The A100 is an NVIDIA card that is super. Yeah, I just seen someone actually emailed me. I don't know if it's a scam or somebody said, yeah, it's A2000s, A4500s, A5000, A100. Yeah, and the A100 was like, what is it, like 40 gigabytes of RAM or something high? Maybe it's even more. I don't even know. But the A100 was like 18 or $20,000 or something. I don't even know, USD. And I was like, yeah, no thanks, buddy. And you're probably a scammer, so don't even. You got me into CPU mining, but I got free old servers from my job. Dual Intel Xeon E5 2680s version 3s. I got 8 servers making only 280 RTM on a good day, or 6500 AVN on a good day. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Intels, they aren't the greatest on what I think they do better on AVN. Can you confirm that, Fully Electric? They do perform better on AVN than RTM and stuff. RTM requires 2 megabytes of L3 cache per thread for Raptorium mining, and Haven requires 4 megabytes. So even these 3950Xs and 59s, 3900, 3950Xs, they don't even fully utilize their CPU on Haven. They can only max out with 64 megabytes of L3 cache at 16 threads on Haven, which is why I think the next gen coming out, the 7000 series, if that's what they're going to call it, the 7950X, 7900X, and if they come out with that 24 core version, that's going to be a beast of consumer grade CPU. Those are supposed to have, a lot more L3 cache. And if they can fully utilize all threads on Haven, it's going to be, extremely profitable to mine on those new AMD CPUs. I think that's what I think. When it comes to performance on Raptorium stuff, they are supposed to have a little more level 1 and level 2 cache, I believe, as well, L1 and L2. I can't really remember the specs, but it's supposed to be slightly faster, less latency chat between the CPUs, so we may see slightly increased hash rates across all the coins, but I don't think we're really going to see big boosts. And the biggest boost we are going to see is probably, like I said, on Haven, just being able to utilize more threads. So I think that's going to be the biggest increase coming into the next series of CPUs. And as for Raptorium, we'll probably see around the same hash rates as the 3 and 5000 series. Pretty close anyway. Like there might be a slight increase, but I don't think it's going to be much. If it's lots, you know, I'd love it for being, you know, obviously more hash rate, but I don't think there will be. Yeah, 100 mega hash equals 100,000 kilohash divided by 230 equals 434 kilohash per watt. Is there a difference between the different types of AMD 660, one better than the others? From what I've been hearing in terms of AMD cards, I know with the 5000 series there was quite a few differences, like when it came to 5700 XTs, the 5600 XTs, obviously the AMD Sapphire Nitros and Pulses were the best ones to get. They had the best coolers, they kept everything cool, the ball bearing fans, and they would, you know, you'd maintain your fan life was like almost forever because of the ball bearings. And then now obviously depending how you run them, now if you run your fans at 100% all the time like Chump Change likes to do and blow them all up, that's a different story. But I only run my fans at like 65%. I've never had any issues. So, but in terms of AMD cards, like I said, Sapphire Nitro, best fans, best coolers and everything in terms of the AMD cards. The 5600 XTs, I know you were asking about the 6000, but I'm just trying to give a history lesson of the 5000 series, where the MSI mechs were horrible. They were decently priced. The MSI mechs, though, that they'd overheat, they're bad. Don't even think they had to do a BIOS switch, and they're just horrible. So there were variations where you did want to get the better GPUs. Now it looks like for the 6000 series, the mechs seem to be better, you know, improved over the 5000 series, and it doesn't seem like branding really matters for the 6000 series of the AMD GPUs. But where it does matter, and you still want to look for, are the brands that do carry the dual BIOS switches for the AMD GPUs. So that's still your Sapphires, I believe XFX, the Red Devils, and I'm not sure if I don't think Gigabytes do. I think those are the only brands that really carry the dual BIOS switches. I could be wrong, there could be a couple more out there, but those are the ones I look for. And the reason for it is, yes, we can't unlock those BIOSes and stuff right now, but if you do want to tinker with it and play with it and try flashing and do whatever you want to do to those AMD GPUs, having that dual BIOS switch saves your life and it saves a lot of time. Example, if you try to flash it and you brick your GPU, all you got to do is turn off your system, flick that BIOS switch, boot it back up, and then while it's loaded, flick the BIOS switch back to the one that you bricked, and then just freshly upload the default into it again, and you reset your system, you're good to go. It's like 5 seconds, or I guess, you know, it takes longer to boot up, but like probably in 2 minutes or less, you'll be back and running on a bricked card with that dual BIOS switch, which is why I highly recommend looking for the AMD GPUs with that dual BIOS switch for that very reason, that you can play around with it and tinker with it. But as for cooling and fans and everything, no, I think anything on the 6000 series is an all right GPU for them. From what I've been seeing, I have not even plugged in a single 6000 series AMD GPU, though I don't have any, so I cannot actually confirm or deny that one's better. But just from reports, it does seem like the mechs and ones that were previously horrible do seem to be performing now. Kryptonic, what's going on? Welcome. What's happening? Fully electric. I never had any AMD GPU. Was thinking of buying two 5700 XTs for playing. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And actually, what I did with mine was I flashed the 5700 XTs to non-XTs, and they gave a little bit better efficiency. That's one thing I might have to test with these new miners. Maybe I should put the old XT BIOSes back into them, modded, of course, the modded XT versions back in, and see if maybe that'll help some of my power consumptions or something. But I don't know. A lot more testing to do. Can I get a double vodka? What? Oh, my voice is running away on me. My throat's getting dry. What do we got here? 103 viewers, 69 likes. Come on, guys. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Do it. Oh, while I'm here. Oh, I haven't ran this for a while. Hold on a sec, guys. We're going to run my quick ad, so bear with me. Boom. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Crypto.com. Crypto.com is my go-to for actually using my crypto for real-life purchases. With the Crypto.com Visa debit card, it makes it easy to use my mined assets to pay for my power, purchase new GPUs, CPUs, motherboards, hard drives, as well as collect 8% cash back wherever Visa is accepted. If you would like to sell straight to your standard bank account, you can easily request an e-transfer, which usually shows up the following day. On top of all that, Crypto.com also offers trading, simplified DeFi, as well as staking to help you increase the revenue on your crypto assets. Join over 10 million plus users buying and selling 250 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost. By using my affiliate link in the description, you will be granted a $25 funding bonus. Or enter code RABID, RABID, at the sign up, and remember, crypto has its risks. Just like everything else, do your own research. Commercial. A commercial. What's going on? Oh my God, that's insane. Anyway, yeah. How's it going? We're back. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, this is my Twitch. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch, guys, be sure to follow me on Twitch. Like I said earlier, we got some stuff I may be unboxing over there. It's maybe sometime tonight, sometime tomorrow. I don't really know when I'll get to it. I gotta set all that up, but we'll see. We'll have a look at that stuff, see what all showed up. Maybe the E version will be good. Intel GPU ABCDE. Oh, the Alchemist. Yeah. Also, we kind of talked about the other day. Actually, last time I streamed it, when was that? Back when all the hacks were happening and scams on the LHR unlocker, I believe it was. So that was like Monday. Wow, that was a while ago. Monday, Tuesday. Crazy. It's been a very slow week. Wow. Anyway, we looked a little bit at the Intel ASIC that is supposed to drop. And I'm sure most of you guys or everyone is aware Intel is in the ASIC development stage now. And as much as the blogs are saying how efficient and great this thing is going to be, it's horrible, guys. I would never purchase it at all. It's bad. The 2016, 2017 Bitcoin miners are more efficient and better than what they're currently trying to drop. So I don't know what's going on with their marketing PR, telling everyone that it's so great when it's not. Crazy. I didn't know you're legally allowed to lie like that, but maybe you are. I guess that 2022, that's what you do. Thanks, excellent. Hey, no problem. Thank you, Boston Crypto. What's the numbers I saw were like 20% of current offerings? What? 5950X all core 4.4 24 kilohertz AVN 305 watts 3900X all core. Kiss Ruckus, what are you doing? Oh, you're giving me a headache. I'm just kidding. Write whatever you want. Remember, if you have solar power, you're paying 1 or 2 cents power. You own your own power plant. Obviously, efficiency doesn't really matter to you as much as it does someone paying 30 cents or 40 cents per kilowatt hour either. Normal media. I think we need to wait to see what Intel really comes out with. The blog. Yeah, no, I'm hoping that blog is wrong because, as new things are supposed to drop, what is it? Yeah, as new things drop, new technology makes things better, more efficiency. So if something's new coming out, it's supposed to be better. We're already seeing stuff though based on Nvidia's, was it Lovelace GPUs? Is that what they're called? There's allegedly some leakers that are saying they're going to be using a lot of power and they're really not as good as we think or hoping they're going to be. So that's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. Is Intel just throwing another one to everybody? Very, how about their 4090? I think they said that thing's going to be like 450 watt TDP or something. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Did you see Soat's video saying that the new miner ASIC supports to come out was a fake? New miner. Oh, is that one? Which one is that? I think I see that. Just looking at that webpage, you guys should know that's a fake. Like, let's take a look at that thing right now. That thing is, I think that's the one I'm thinking of anyway. New miner. New miner is the most powerful. Yeah, is this it? Where's the, come on. This is almost as bad of a scam as that LHR unlocker. If I can find it, it's not even on here. Order now. Contact us. What's the hash rate? It's something that is unbelievably impossible, but I don't know what. Contact us. Order now. It used to be right up here. How come it's not anymore? Is this it? Learn more. NM440. Yeah, that looked better. 440 terahash. Like, yeah, 440. And if you look back to Bitmain, which has been the leading, pretty much the leading ASIC manufacturer for the you know, Bitcoin in general. Like, what's their new one dropping at? Go to Shaw 256 here. Shaw, like 198 terahash. Like, that's the highest that Bitmain's coming out, and these guys are saying 440. That's absolutely insane, absolutely. But at 75% reduction. But at the same time, like, I'd look at this and go 100% this is fake. It's next to impossible. This is not happening. But you actually look, I'm not trying to, you know, say it is or anything, but I'm saying you look at something like this, like, where is it? Like this Jazz Miner. You look at this the same way and be like, that's impossible. But I think this thing is actually legit. Like, what do we got here? Where are we? 240 watts for 520 mega hash on Ethereum. That's absolutely insane. No one's ever seen an ASIC like this. It looks like a normal server rack. You'd slam in there and hit in there, and this thing's mining Ethereum at 520 mega hash at 240 watts. That thing's totally fake. That's what you'd think. But there's reason to believe that this thing's actually doing what it's doing. Yes, what is it? Is she? Yeah. Okay.
She threw up.
All right. Okay, I'll be up there in a minute. I will. So yeah, Bosscoin did do a video on that, and it seemed like it was legit. The only thing, he didn't really show poolside. He showed inside the dashboard, and he said you can overclock it a little bit more, get 600, yada yada yada. But I never did think, I watched the video a couple times, I didn't see the poolside hash rate. So I can't confirm if it's actually doing what it's actually doing, but at least in the software from the miner itself, you know, it looks legit. But again, too soon to tell. Definitely got to do more tests. Trying to get my hands on one of those things too, but obviously it's not working in my favor. But there's a lot of things out there. You just got to be mindful and be very, very careful. Scammers, if they see money in something, obviously they're going to try to do it. But guys, I do have to wrap this up, so I apologize in advance. I just like to thank everybody for showing up. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, probably most likely tomorrow or tonight on Twitch. We'll see what happens, but much appreciated. Hit that like button on the way out, and I'll see you on the next one.